Hey guys, this is Chesney Hawks here. You are watching My Hammers 11 with the one and only Russ.
Hi everybody, Russ and My Hammers 11. Hope you are all safe and well. For your channel, please consider subscribing, hitting the bell icon, and make sure you hit anyone who... Actually, I haven't got my finger on. Let me just make sure you hit the bell icon, and don't forget our channel sponsor. Where my channel sponsor's gone? Oh, this is. There we go. Channel sponsor. That's better. Untuck it. God dear. Check them out in the description below, Gav. What's going on? What is going on? I've got another ex-player. We've had over 70, but this guy's special. Because this guy, he only made one first team appearance, but I was there. We'll talk about that. It's Big Gav. How are we doing, man?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me, Russ.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you for taking the time, man. I know work's a bit busy at the moment for you isn't it?
Yeah. I've been going non-stop actually, just since like the beginning of April. It's just picked up a lot, so I'm actually just trying to keep up.
Yeah, I know, man. And why do you think? Just because it's like everything can open now and people can do stuff. That's why you're just so busy at the moment.
Yeah, I think there's like a little bit more kind of, I don't know, confidence.
Yeah, I get
people
that.
To kind of get together a bit more, and of course now that the weather's changing and people are a bit tired of the old same old. So I guess it's working out like that.
Yeah, it's good, man. And apart from obviously the last months have been manic, how have you been in sort of this weird new world we live in?
I've had a great time. I've had a great time. I've been able to just rest and just like kind of reevaluate where I'm heading and what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and who I'm doing it with. It's been amazing, actually. And now I'm kind of like, okay, I'm good to go again.
Yeah,
so that's good.
Refreshed and replenished, and off you go, man.
Yeah,
that's good. And do you know what? That's really refreshing to hear someone actually say it's actually been quite good. You know, because a lot of people, and for a lot of people, I mean, I'm the same as you, man. I think. Well, my daughter's 8 and she's breezed through it. To be honest, she's proper breezed through it. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, I've loved it. I've loved the fact I haven't had to get up for work at 6:30 and get on a train for an hour and a bit and go. You know, so that's great. And obviously doing this stuff as well. I mean, in my spare time, it's been great as well. And obviously, a lot of people, it's been very hard, but it's refreshing to see some people who have taken the time to reevaluate themselves, and now you're ready to roll, fully refreshed and ready to go, man.
100%. Yeah, no, it's been great. I released like a single in March, so that kind of got my appetite going again, because I haven't released much music for a while. So now I'm just getting ready to start thinking about some visuals and doing another follow-up track. So it's been really good.
Cool. That's wicked, man. That's wicked. For those of you who don't know Gavin, I just want to introduce you. Just thought about that. Because I know you very well. Because as I said, so Gavin, you talk about kids. You know, you had a real. I hate the expression "Roy of the Rovers," but it was a bit like that for you, to be honest, man. You know, at Kingstonian. Well, you wasn't before that. You was at Walton, weren't you? Walton before then, wasn't it?
Yeah, Walton and Hersham. Yeah,
Walton Hersham. Then you went to Kingstonian, and then like West Ham Buyer. So from Conference to Premier League.
Yeah.
WTF? How did that happen, man?
Yeah, I remember like coming on as a sub in quite a lot of games at Kingstonians.
Yeah,
and it would just so happen that when I'd come on, we'd either draw the game we should have lost or won the game we should have drawn.
Yeah.
Or something would, happen and people would be like, "Wow, that was amazing when you came on. The game changed." So I think that kind of got a lot of people interested, and of course with non-league clubs, a lot of the time that's a big part of the kind of stepping stone to getting on to bigger clubs.
Yeah.
But I think Jeff Chappell and Harry Redknapp were actually quite good friends, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that was the connection there. But I think there was quite a lot of teams looking at me.
Yeah, because I think because I read it somewhere, I think it was on your Wikipedia that when you was at Walton, something like 18 of the 20 Premier League clubs were looking at you, or something like that. He says it on your Wikipedia, so it must be true. It must be true,
Really?
Gavin. Yeah. So obviously you don't even know how
I
many
didn't
clubs are
know
after you.
that. I should have stayed at Walton.
Yeah, you should stay there, man. You're doing all right then.
Right.
But that's what he said. That's what he said, apparently.
Wow.
So, and that's from a book. So there we go. It's not only is it like Wikipedia, it's been cited from a book. So that's, I mean, as you said,
Right.
they're Kingstonian, and then as you said, Jeff and Harry. I'll text Harry. I'll ask him about him, and that'd be interesting. But when you figured out, when someone said, "Oh, yeah, West Ham are going to buy you,"
Yeah.
Your jaw must have hit the floor.
It was a lot to take in. I mean,
I can imagine.
We're talking a long time ago as well, but
Yeah.
at the time, I was just really engrossed in playing football and enjoying the game and doing my best to excel in every competition I was in or match. So when it was like West Ham, I thought, okay, that's Premiership. Okay, great. Okay, I was kind of like, okay, so right, okay, so I'm pro. I'm gonna be pro. Okay.
Of course, yeah.
But,
of course, yeah.
Yeah, it was so quick, and then I had to go to Barbados to celebrate my nan's 50th anniversary. My grandparents were married for 50 years, and that was already booked. So it was kind of like go there, spend a week and a half, 2 weeks there, and then come straight back to training.
Wow.
Which was it was a bit of a weird one.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. And also, coming into and as I said, that period of West Ham was. I mean, it's in time. It's basically the time I enjoyed the most. I think under Harry, it was quite exciting and And I said, someone like yourself, coming from non-league, being thrusted into the Premier League setup with the training and also the players, the players you were playing with, man. A lot of them, you've probably your heroes and stuff as well.
Yeah. I mean, Ian Wright, massive hero of mine. Coming into the dressing room, meeting people like Neil Ruddock, who was at Liverpool, who I was a fan of actually when I was growing up. I was a Liverpool supporter.
Yeah.
So it was like bizarre. It was surreal. I had no preparation. I had no sort of like heads up. It was just like, okay, I'm here. I'm doing it here. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Big culture shock.
I can
shock
imagine,
to the system.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's totally out of your comfort zone as well. As you said, you're playing non-league, and then you're in. You've got your heroes, and ironically, the game you ended up coming on was against Liverpool at Anfield. As a we take the West Ham half, as a Liverpool fan, as an old boyhood Liverpool fan, that must have been fucking awesome, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually wasn't a Liverpool fan at that point.
Oh, okay.
But
you were, so it was all right.
No, I was, yeah. But at that point, like, I was kind of like, I'm gonna beat these guys. We're gonna win this game. I'm gonna score. Which, obviously, if I wasn't at West Ham, I'd be feeling the same as at any other club.
Of course.
Once you're involved in a club, you take on that energy.
Yeah.
So I didn't think, I'm playing against. I was like,
no.
Yeah, we've got to win this game.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I totally get that, man. I totally understand that. And as I said, from being, as you said, from playing from, 2 years ago, playing at Walton, not even that, year and a half basically from Walton. Now you're playing Premier League. I mean, some people like, obviously, in the current game, people like Vardy and Antonio, they've worked their way up over several years. You did it in one hit, man. He did it in one hit.
Yeah.
And it's like, and everyone, and and I know it was only one appearance, but to be honest, that's one more appearance than millions of people around the world who would die to have done that for you. And as I said, I was there. It was my first away trip ever to Liverpool, and I remember that game so much. I remember you coming on. I was like, oh, go on, Gav, because it was like, you know, it was a young lad coming through, and you know, I had some couple of piss blokes next to me. I remember it so vividly,
Really?
like it was yesterday. It's fun, isn't it? And it's just that takes you back, man. And he just said, you know, you did it. You know, you got in the Premier League. I know it was the only one game, but he was the Premier League, man.
Yeah,
it was it.
100%. Yeah, I've still got the shirt.
Have you? I can imagine.
It's in my studio.
I can totally imagine.
Yeah.
And as you said, you know, I think you came on for Joe as well, didn't it? So, you know, you had like Joe Cole, and there was Rio, there was Trev, there was some, you know, some great plays. You said about Razor and Righty, and geez, and just even being around them every day as well. You must have, I don't know, it just been, for me, my head would be blown every day going into training, considering where you were to where you are now. Yeah,
it was blown every day. Yeah. And I was having to pinch myself quite a lot for a long time.
Yeah. And then obviously, then it's obviously, you know, it sort of didn't really go anywhere, did it? Really, I think, you know, it was. I think there was too many. To be honest, I think there was too many people in front of you, Gav. You know, to be honest, wasn't it? There was the righties and stuff like that. But you know, then you're still in and around for a couple of years as well there. So, you know, training and stuff like that, and obviously reserve games and stuff. And there were still, you know, lots of memories and lots of. I can imagine with them lot, and we've had a few of them lot on. We've had Razor, we've had Trev, we've had a few of them. You know, they've all, you know, a few nights out, a few stories and all that. Yeah, I'm sure you probably got involved in a few of them as well.
Actually, no, I didn't.
No? Are you a good boy?
Not really. Yeah. I kept myself to myself. I kept it simple.
Good man. Particularly with that Razor, he's a nutter.
Yeah. I used to hear the stories on Monday.
Yes. Good boy.
I mean? Yeah.
That's it, man. You're a good man. And then obviously when it came to leaving, you know, obviously you went to you left, and then you went to, I think you went on loan at Orient for a bit, and you went back to Kingstonian, didn't you? And then you were released. How that must have been horrible. Must have been horrible to be released.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the nicest experience to go through. I mean, it's I guess it's one of the realities of life and the game. But I knew it wasn't the last chapter, so to speak.
Yeah.
At that time, was just waiting for the right opportunity in the opening.
And it went to Wickham and played, you know, good for years at Wickham as well, wasn't it? Particularly, and so, you know, and a lot of people, we've had a lot of guys who maybe have had, like recently, who have maybe had 2 or 3 appearances and then have dropped down a division or two to have a prolonged career. Obviously, we had like Lee Hodges on, we had Adam Newton, Daryl McMahon, all these guys had dropped down a division to carry on playing. It wasn't necessarily about, you know, I remember we had Hodgie on, and he was saying, I just needed to be in the first team. I had that little taste, and I wanted to be in the first team. I didn't care what league, what club. And as you said, you know, it's not necessarily the team you support or whatever. It's when you're that team, you want to win. And so him and Izzy and all these guys, the same thing happens to them all the time, man.
Right.
But it's great that you do. And obviously then, unfortunately, you know, you got injured, you know, 2006, something like that. Then you went into the music, man, and here you are, you know, 15 years later, man, still banging out the tunes, man. So
that's right. Have you played any?
I've been listening to it since I knew you were coming back on. I might put a few on. Might get a few on the old stadium. We'll have a go.
Yeah, man.
Find some good ones at half time, man.
That's good.
Put some on at half time, man. It's all good.
Love it.
I get told off for taking requests, but you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We'll do it.
What do you like playing?
Yeah, I like having it. I like doing stuff like that. Or you know, obviously there's a lot of like West Ham artists as well, you know. So so you know, I try and put a few out, because why not? It's West Ham, isn't it? And it's a West Ham thing, and you know, and it's no, it's good. It's good. And as you said, now at the moment everyone's got a bit more creative, this Corona creativity sort of wave that's coming on, and you know, as you said, you're starting to release music again, so it's all cool, man. It's all cool.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. So, as I said, you're at the club for a few years.
Yeah.
You're training and playing. We try and put together an 11.
Okay.
Hammers 11. So that's the whole idea of the show, really, of the players who I mean, basically, we try and pick a 4-4-2, but
Okay.
and it doesn't have to be the best. It could be
Mm.
your mates, the ones you enjoy playing. It doesn't really matter. It's only a bit of fun. Only
Yeah.
a bit of fun. Well, some people take it really seriously. I had
Yeah.
Colton yesterday. Oh my god, he was agonising trying to get the team out of him. He was
Really?
like, oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Who am I going to piss off now? It's like, oh, it doesn't matter, Colton, for God's sake. So that's what we try and do, because it's all a bit of fun. It's all a bit of fun. So if we were going, let's start in goal. Because I think that could be easiest, I reckon, for you.
Yeah.
Looking at the period you played with, who would be in goal for the Gavin 11?
Shaka Hislop. Badass.
Oh, I love Shaka.
Badass.
Is he? Chilled out, and he's so chilled, man.
So chilled, so good. I could never get the ball past him in training.
Of course, yeah. Because he probably did the little 1-2s and with Frank, and
I just couldn't score past him. I don't know how he just always managed to get down low.
Oh, he's a dude, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's so cool. Honestly, when we interviewed him, it was just like he was so cool as a person. But he lives in the East Coast, East Coast America. He works for ESPN and stuff, doesn't he? And although he's so cool, his aircon had gone. It was middle of June, and New York around there, it's like so sweaty in it, and he was dripping, bless him. But he still was so cool.
Oh, so bless him. Yeah,
and I love Shaka because like when I used to live in Loughton, and they all lived in Loughton, and so on a Friday, this is why I think football's different than it was now compared then to now. On a Friday, Shaka, if they were playing a home game, he would do his Friday big shop at the Safeways. Do you know what I mean? And so with his wife, and so I always used to work. I was young, so I used to work at Safeways. So I made sure I was working on a Friday about 5 o'clock after school, knowing that Shaka would be if West Ham were playing at home. And
that's so cool.
Him and Samasi Abu.
Okay.
They would both do their shopping. But nowadays, they're just the money's in the game, isn't it? They all live in Canary Wharf and stuff, which is fair enough, man.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But Shaka, real dude.
Nice
real dude. Right, okay. Left back. Who'd be left back, Gav?
Probably Scott Minto, I guess.
Oh, we had Scott the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a top boy, isn't he? I like Scott.
He's a lovely guy. Lovely guy.
Really, like honest and like, he had really good way of describing him, man. Scott Minto. Yeah, I like Scott Minto.
Yeah.
He's he played a lot of games for us. A lot of games. And I didn't realise how many games he really played for us until we interviewed him. And I went, but he did. He was there for a long time, man. And I mean, you as you said, you came on. It was Liverpool, and you drew 2-2, and I think his first game, I think he lost 4-0, and a couple of others. He had a real hard time at the beginning. I think that sort of cemented his legacy already at West Ham. You know what I mean? Despite the fact he was part of the side that was probably that season, the 98-99 season, I think your season, I think that was our best season ever in the Premier League. So Scott Minto still. Bless him. He's still sort of, people don't think of him, but he was, honestly, I loved him. Loved chatting to him the other day. Yeah. Right, I put Mints in. Let's go right back, Gavin. Who we go right back?
I'm going to go with Adam Newton.
Oh, Newts. He'll love that. And he's there we go. I've already got him written down. I love Newts.
Adam. Yeah, I like Newts.
He's a lovely boy, isn't he?
Yeah. I played against him at Peterborough, I think.
Oh, did you?
When I was at Wickham, I think he was playing for Peterborough.
Yeah.
It was
nice
good.
Boy.
Yeah.
And he was one of those ones who I think out of that crop, because obviously there was that crop who came through from the Youth Cup. And there's lots of them like Newts and Joe and Michael and Richie Garcia and Bertie and there's loads, Stephen Bywater. They're all coming through and Newts was the one I was surprised never made it at West Ham because he was a really good right back, really solid right back. And nice guy. We had a
really fast.
Yeah. Oh, rapid.
Yeah, really fast. Almost as fast as me.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost though.
Which is hard to do.
Not just quite.
Not quite.
That's what I like, man. I love the way you set your stall out, man. That's really cool. He's quick. He's quick, but he's no Gavin. So there we go.
yeah.
That's what I love, man. That's what I love.
No, he's
Yeah.
cool.
Although when I interviewed him the other day, he started calling me because he's a cab driver, and he was calling me from his cab. And I was like,
really?
don't call me and on the phone while you're driving. Surely that's like illegal. I said, don't crash. Christ, could you imagine that's crash? Oh, can you imagine the papers?
Yeah,
And he was currently, it would be good promotion for the YouTube channel, though, wouldn't it? Thinking about it.
Absolutely.
Sorry, the Newton household, but at the end of the day, might get the subs up, so it's all good. Right, okay, we'll put Adam at the right back. Centre half. Who's your first centre half, man?
Mr. Ferdinand.
Got to be the boy, innit? Got to be the boy.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All day, every day.
Yeah, stylish.
Yeah.
And a great career he's had since, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? It's
incredible.
He's one of those players, I think, who when I still see him, I know he played, his most successful years at Man United and stuff like that. But he still has a soft spot for West Ham. You can tell when he does the commentary.
Really?
Stuff. Yeah, he still has a bit of a soft spot, and it's nice to hear that. He's just because obviously he came through the ranks, and obviously he was played in your game as well. And you said you were training with him all day, and he's the top boy.
Yeah, he again could just. So hard to get round.
Yeah.
So hard to get round.
It sounds like you're in a fucking awful time at training.
No, well,
you just got to get Shaka. You couldn't get past.
I didn't train with the first team all that often.
Yeah.
But when I did, I just was like, I hope I'm with Rio's team because just don't want to have to just keep getting blocked.
Yeah. Well, at least you're honest about it, Gavin.
Yeah, man. I've got nothing else to do.
Exactly. Right. Okay. We'll put Rio. Who's Rio going to partner then in that centre back position?
Well, let's go with. I'm gonna go rogue. I'm gonna say Izzy Rickpen.
Oh, Izzy busting out a bit of Izzy. I love Izzy. You're picking some right dudes, honestly. Izzy is an absolute. Do you know what? He's a lovely bloke. I think Izzy's great.
Yeah, he's top man.
Yeah,
I remember he was young but really good defender.
Yeah, he was, and again, similar to Adam, I think. And we've had them both on, and actually, you've done quite well. I've had 4 of the 5 people you've picked so far already on the channel, which is good because it means they're doing
well.
We're doing all right, yeah. Not quite Rio yet. Not quite Rio. He's a bit busy. I've asked, but he's a bit busy. But I've had Anton. I've had his brother on. But yeah,
okay.
But Izzy's another one of those players, as you said, who dropped down the league and had a fantastic career at Swansea and Scunthorpe as well, same as Hodges. And but he kept on getting injured just as he was going to break into the first team at West Ham.
Right.
Really real shame. He was a top guy.
Yeah.
Okay, he'll love that, Izzy. He'll love that. Right. Okay, let's go into midfield then. Who's going to go left wing on the left side?
So, forgive me, but would it not be possible for us to do a 4-3-3?
We can do a 4-3-3. We can do for you, Gav. I'll do a 4-3-3.
I appreciate
we
that.
can do a 4-3. That's just the type of guy I am.
There's too much sauce to leave out up front.
I love it. We got to keep it saucy.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, right. So who's your first one of the 3 then in the midfield?
All right. So I go Joe Cole in the left.
Oh, what a baller!
Too good. Too good.
I mean, he's one of those guys. I think he's one of those guys. When you talk about West Ham at that time, obviously he was special. He was a special player.
Yeah.
And I mean, fingers crossed he's coming on soon. And if he does, I'd love to ask him about just playing for West Ham at that time because, for him, I mean, we knew about him when he was 12.
Yeah.
12, I reckon. Everyone, and most people knew about Joe Cole, and it was like the pressure. It doesn't matter. Some people say, he probably said, I wasn't pressured. You must have felt pressure. You must have felt pressure because just coming in. I mean, as a specialist.
When I signed.
I mean, when you signed as well.
Yeah, when I signed, he had glandular fever and was coming back. And even then I was like, wow, he's damn good. Like I used to see him running around the training
Yeah.
and just doing his own thing, not really training.
Mm.
Then he started training and I was like, wow, he's really good. And then he got into his stride and I was like, he's really, really good. And then he broke into the first team. And I was like, oh, he's really, really, really good.
Yeah.
But I think when I signed, I didn't realize the pressure until I got injured. I got injured and it was like, you're gonna when you're back, and I came back and I just couldn't keep up. It was just quick, and I was already like, and I'm quick, and I was.
Well, we know you're quicker than Adam Newton. We know that.
Yeah, I'm quicker than Adam Newton.
Yeah,
and I remember thinking like, how comes I'm not as quick as I normally am? What it was just everybody else was fitter and as quick as me.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
Yeah.
So it was like my fitness couldn't. I couldn't compete with the fitness level. And that was a constant yo-yo for me, like coming back from injury and then off pace. So just felt like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Just probably needed to get a little bit more sort of rhythm in terms of, because I had a bad injury with my groin as well. I had the surgery, and then it was just like the speed. It was,
I can imagine also with, as you said, for someone like yourselves who relied on, your biggest attribute was your speed as well.
Yeah.
And if you like, it's almost like you've got, like one leg off, because that's your main. That's the main focus. It's like nowadays you look at someone like Michael Antonio, and he is so quick and muscular, but his hamstrings are like jelly, bless him. So he gets 3 or 4 games going, and then he'll do his hamstring out, and we know that's going to happen. So it's almost like you're not playing him for these games, or he like the other day against Wolves, he played like 35 minutes and then went off. It's like, it's just difficult trying to manage someone whose main speed, main sort of attribute is curtailed a little bit, same as you were. As you said, with your injury, you never really got back to that level again.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll put Joe in.
Yeah.
Who's next in that midfield three?
Right, so we're going to go with Frank Lampard.
Yes, Mr. Lampard.
Yeah,
excellent. Good old Frank. These guys, when we interview players and they talk about Frank, they always talk about how like he would always be at training for 2 hours afterwards, and would just be like the model professional, and as a young lad and training loads. And it must have been hard for him, hard for Joe, in terms of Joe being sort of the next Gaza. But Frank, obviously, his uncle's the manager, his dad's the coach as well. He had a bit of stick, didn't he, old Frank? Bit of stick.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the stick while I was there, but he was always doing extra.
Yeah,
just always. And I didn't get it until I saw him playing for England. I was like, right.
You can see it's all added up,
Yeah, all added up. Yeah,
totally get that. Okay, we'll put Coley in, we'll put Frank in. Who's going to be the last one of that trio, that saucy trio in the middle?
Yeah, it would be Mr. Carrick.
Nice. Yeah. That is, you're right, that is saucy.
Yeah, it's proper sauce. Hot.
I mean, that is proper, like, probably black sauce Nando's. That Vesuvius one. You ever have a Vesuvius one?
Oh my God.
That's what it is.
I haven't had Nando's for a while, but I will definitely order the black one. The black sauce.
Hornchurch is a good delivery, man. Nando's, I must admit, that's the one benefit. Nando's delivery at Hornchurch is very, very good. But yeah, Michael Carrick, very saucy player.
Tremendous. Just so good. Picking these passes. Amazing.
He's one of those players, right, who I think every time, again, if you said like that era, the young players, it will be Rio Ferdinand, Joe Cole, Frank Lampard. Carrick would always be probably the 4th or 5th person mentioned. Yeah. Arguably, in my opinion, he should be first, because I think every time that he left the club, when he left West Ham, never the same. Spurs, never the same. Man United, never the same. And no one knew why, but it's all because Carrick, as you said, was just did stuff which no one would appreciate unless you were in the game or he was in your team.
He reminds me of Scholes.
Yes. Yeah.
In his heyday, just really understated but underrated.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Should have had a hell of a lot more England appearances than he did.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, again, it was that era where you had Joe Cole, you had Paul Scholes, you had Gerrard, you had Lampard, you had like some great players in front of him as well. So yeah, that's the trouble, isn't it? It always happens with those. It always happens with West Ham players more than ever. It seems we always like Billy Bonds never played for England, and Julian Dix and these players never played for England. It's because they got a West Ham badge on their shirt. Mark Noble's never played for England. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so let's go for the front three. Who's the first one of the front three then, Gav?
I'm going to go Defoe.
Jermaine Defoe.
Breathtaking player. Breathtaking.
Phenomenal finisher, everyone we talked to about.
Yeah, unbelievable. I remember one training session, 3:30 on Thursday afternoon, pissing down with rain at the far back of the training ground. Everyone's kind of like, I'm over this. We're not going, sort of thing. Windy, cold, wet, raining. Anyway, the ball, we're doing like crossing and shooting. Play it in 1-2, send it out wide, cross. So anyway, Jermaine's on up for his turn. And he sent the ball out wide, and it's back. The ball's coming in. He swiveled overhead kick straight into the top left-hand corner. Yeah. Back to goal, edge of the box. Unbelievable situation to witness. You're just like, he shouldn't be here. Yeah. He should not be on this training pitch right now. That overhead kick, I was like, yeah, he's going to be one of the great strikers in the UK, because that he shouldn't have done that. It shouldn't have been that great. And I've seen him do it since in real life, real competitive matches, Premiership matches, and I just thought, yeah, he was always doing that. Yeah.
And as you said, he's still banging them in now for Rangers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
38 now, or whatever he's now. So fair play to him. He's a born striker, born finisher. You can't teach that.
No.
Okay, so put Defoe in. Who's the next one?
Di Canio.
Oh yeah, you got to put him in, don't you? To be honest, you got to put him in.
You have to.
Just have to, innit?
You can't not. Yeah, you can't not.
What was he like around the training ground when you used to see him around and stuff?
He was really cool. I mean, he was really friendly, really pleasant to be around. Just very funny and super gifted, just passionate. Interesting character.
Yes. An interesting character, yeah. I think that's a good way to describe it. An interesting character, but as you said,
never took life too seriously.
No.
Yeah.
And that's half the battle, I think. You know what I mean? I think he couldn't take himself too seriously at times as well. And he came in, and I think he was, particularly as you mentioned people like Ruddock and people like that, and Monks and those type of players. And he obviously came in, and he was obviously Italian. He looked after himself. He did all the diets and stuff like that. So I think for a few of them, I think he probably ruffled a few feathers. I think internally. I mean, we had Harry on, and we spoke about, how do you manage Paolo? He said, didn't. He couldn't manage him. You couldn't tell him to do something. He wouldn't, if he didn't want to do it, he wouldn't do it. And that's why I think fans loved him, because they knew he was this sort of maverick.
Yeah, it was maverick
player, and and he was just so much fun to watch. And again, we talk about football changing. As you said, you got people like Razor, Ian Wright, Di Canio. You don't get these characters anymore in the game. Football's very professional, and it's all uber professional, and so they were relatable then, and they were good. As I said, I love that period. I love that, man.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we got DiCanio, we got Defoe. We're getting Nando's hot sauce here. Right. We're getting Frank's hot sauce. Who's the last one?
It wouldn't be right if I didn't include my boyhood hero, Ian Wright.
Oh yeah, that is proper saucy. Yeah, that's a nice three. That is
proper nice situation to be in. Got a bit of everything.
Yeah, you have, man. And again, like as you said, he was your boyhood hero, and now you're turning up, and he's there.
Yeah,
he's there.
Exactly. Surreal.
Was it just? Yeah, it must have just been like absolutely surreal. Your boyhood hero's there, and and you get to train with him those days.
It's funny because when I first signed, I scored like a hat trick in the youth team.
Yeah,
and then I scored another hat trick in the youth team in the game after the subsequent game.
Yeah,
then I scored 1 goal. And I think it got around, people was like, "Oh, he's just signed and he scored 7 goals in 3 games." So he'd see me in the corridors and say, "Oh, you're right, Gav. How many did you score?"
Yeah.
How many did you score today? Last game when he'd hear we were playing a game, and I'd say, "Oh, I scored 3 today." He's like, "Well, brilliant. I scored 1 today." So, wicked. So he'd always ask me, "How many did you score?" Which I thought was really cool because it was kind of like, "Wow, you're asking me how much I scored."
Yeah, it's like how many goals did you score in your life, man? And you're asking me. I know, I totally get that, man.
You know what I mean?
That must have made you feel good that he took the time to do, and that's what we get quite a lot out of those sort of the more experienced pros took time out to talk to and to interact with you guys, and you must have felt like Mr. Big Bollocks having Ian Wright ask you how many goals you scored that day.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he was never took anything too seriously.
Yeah,
and it just helps you to relax a bit more. Which at that level is quite important.
Yeah. God, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, let me bring out this saucy team. There it is. Look at that. I tell you what.
Woo.
Big 6, greedy 6, no problem. Champions League, and you've got basically got the England midfield pretty much.
Yes.
You've got England centre back. You've got Ian Wright, England legend, Jermaine Defoe. You've probably got about half a dozen internationals there, Gavin, without even realising it, my man.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
How we never won nothing, I don't know, with that team.
It's true. It's true.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah,
oh, really?
Like
it's good, man.
The middle of the spine of the team's incredible.
Oh yeah, that's a spine. That's a spine and a half, isn't it?
Right, Ferdinand.
Oh,
yes.
Imagine with you on the bench coming on as well.
Yeah, me on the bench coming on. Though I reckon I could probably give Minto a run for his money.
Would you fancy yourself as a bit of a left back then?
Yeah, because I've got vicious in my old age. I just like the idea of getting into a little tussle.
A little tussle with a little white winger.
Rumble, yeah.
Yeah, just kick your elbows out, man. It's all good.
Yeah, that's right.
Gav, man, I don't want to take you much too long. But thanks, man. It's been really lovely chatting to you.
Lovely.
Really, really lovely, man. I know you're really busy and you're very tired. I don't want to take more. I want you to get some sleep, man. I want you to get some sleep. We've got a bank holiday weekend, and I want you to get some sleep. You can't go anywhere. Anyway. That's the thing, isn't it?
That's true.
So thank you, man. And obviously, thank you to everyone for watching as well. Give it a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe. And for myself and from Gav, take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Get those jabs. I don't think you've had your jab yet, have you, Gav? You can't have had it yet. You're too young.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait a little while for me.
You're the next batch, aren't you?
I'm on the next.
You're the next. Yeah, because you're not old enough or fat enough. That's the trouble. I'm having my second one. That's under here. Under here. That's what I mean. I'm 40 this year. I know you're new to, but it's under here. The lockdown body was not what it was. Let's be honest. And so, I've got my second jab next week, so I'm done. I'll be on the beach. All you fit guys will be still there, waiting to go. I'll be done. I have my passport already, man.
Oh, I envy you.
Benched Wales.
I envy you, man. I envy you big time.
Oh no, we'll be all done anyway, mate. Take care, stay safe, come on you irons, and we'll see you again very, very soon.
Blessings.
Take care, everyone. Bye bye.